I had all that on my feed. I was ready to cover it. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening here, so I'm not touching this.
Oh, you're gonna cover Destiny?
I had the Destiny stuff all pulled up, and I'm like, when I say the Destiny stuff, chat probably thinks I was gonna pull up him talk, like the video of him sucking on camera.
I'm waiting to see if he ever responds to anything about it, because that would be like.
Did you see the clip yesterday?
If you the Wick one?
The Wick one was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alina recently confirmed that the tapes leaked by Destiny's former
Jesus Christ.
girl were shared by Destiny without her
Nice,
consent.
good one, nice.
If she has no legal recourse.
And I got a whole bunch of super chats for you. Wick, ready?
Okay.
So let's talk about the Destiny leaks. So we have the Erudite ones and the Destiny ones. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to get to here. No, let's talk about Pixie first. So Pixie put out a statement. Let me grab this and pull it over. Copy link. After we gone through how it got here and how we were involved and how we tried to do the right thing, and ultimately I was the figurehead for this guy's fucking video. He clipped the call in a weird context. Now I get to talk about it, which is, I guess, a good positive thing, because I mean, this is crazy. And it did need to come out. It absolutely did need to come out. I maintain that still. I'll be suing Stephen Kenneth Bunnell. This is obviously from Pixie. This is published January 20th, 2025. On November 29th, I learned the streamer Destiny had non-consensually shared graphic content of me online. My dignity, peace of mind, and hopes for the future were stripped away in a matter of seconds following the betrayal of someone I previously trusted. Now, obviously, this is referring to the Kiwi Farms leaks of Pixie's nudes that were exchanged with a OnlyFans model. I'm at least the third person he has done this to. I hope to be the last. I will not be commenting on the existence of the other woman he's hurt. It's not my place or my story to tell. I will, however, be sharing my story in the hopes to prevent this from occurring again. I have known Destiny for about 5 to 6 years. I often find myself in heavy disagreement with him. Despite this, I do my best to see the best sides of all people, try my hardest to spread positivity and create understanding where I can. It's corny, but I wanted to meet people where they are and focus the ways that we can build bridges rather than and build a better future forever. Some people call this a fault of mine. They claim I'm naive and I should be more careful. Those people are right. When I was 19, over 5 years ago, I was extremely sexually inexperienced and sheltered. Being severely terrified of leading someone on for SA, I thought I could trust Destiny, whom I had multiple conversations with regarding consent and boundaries. So, as you can imagine my surprise when I discovered he distributed pornographic content of me without my consent. Yes, you read that right. Stephen Kenneth Bunnell, this is the allegation, sent pornographic content of me to a random 19-year-old e-girl Discord kitten whom he'd never met before, and then she published it to the whole world. That's obviously her allegation. It's supposedly a different user. Nobody knows for sure if the actual e-girl posted it to Kiwi Farms or if it was just her. Rest assured, despite never having met her, he at least spoke to her plenty of times on the phone. Phone calls and apology. There shouldn't be no, I'm sorry, there's literally zero excuse. I had phone convos and stuff with this person, they were fairly close to me. It's worthless to say at this point, but I'm super sorry, there's literally no excuse. I won't say or confirm anything about them. If there's any particular action or thing I can do, just let me know. Now, obviously, this is all alleged. These could be fake screenshots. Ultimately, we're going to be able to check out Destiny's response to all of this, which hopefully sheds some light on that. But these are obviously the things I have to say while I'm covering a story like this. Of course, this is what he said happened. I think it's just as likely that he used her as a proxy to widely distribute this material while claiming deniability. I mean, yeah, this is a fucking shit show. This is absolutely a shit show. I do not understand why Destiny would knowingly and willingly put me in a position where I'd receive nonstop sexual abuse and harassment. If we believe him, he was trying to impress a barely legal teenager with my body and my privacy. The betrayal, coupled with hundreds of messages I received, were filled with sexual harassment and abuse, and it left me feeling hopeless and devoid of most of my happiness. I do not want to see more of Pixie's Substack, but thank you. The only thing that has kept me going is the hope that I can bring this man to justice and have him facing legal consequences for his actions. For the past month, I've been speaking to lawyers about my situation, what to do. I've decided this is the best course of action. I'll be suing him for violating U.S. Federal Code 15 U.S.C. I don't know what that symbol means. I'm not a legal person. Civil action relating to disclosing intimate images for publication of private facts. In Florida, I'll be seeking emotional and punitive damages for his actions. I have been told that a court case could potentially cost tens of thousands of dollars. I'm terrified. I mean, this guy talks about potentially suing Hassan as if that's for fun, and Hassan actually has the resources to defend himself. I cannot imagine what he might try to do me with this process. Sometimes I wonder if he does this as an intimidation tactic. I wonder if he's purposely trying to put fear into my heart when he casually talks about throwing money into a lawsuit with a multimillionaire who could fight back, as an indirect flaunt/warning over his capability of spending on me whatever cases I throw at him. At a request of my friends, I have been encouraged to link and give my GoFundMe here. So this is the GoFundMe. It is givesendgo.com/sue destiny. I'm not familiar with GiveSendGo. Somebody could tell me. I've never seen this site before, but I don't know. I don't know. Whoever the next Joe Rogan of the left is, it can't be someone who crosses sexual boundaries, violates consent, puts women's well-beings at risk. It cannot be someone who puts women in positions where they'll be sexually abused and harassed. It concerns me that Destiny has been interviewed of potential DNC chair candidates such as Marianne Williamson or Martin O'Malley. Spoiler, there won't be one. I don't know. Who have no idea what he's done. As time passes, he tries to position himself to have interviews with increasingly powerful figures, such as Zelensky. I can't help but filled with fear that Destiny might be continuing to succeed, despite facing no repercussions for his actions. If the Democratic Party wishes to succeed in the future... Dude, guys, I'm sorry. All that comes to mind is 2028 is an election year. We can't afford to... like the Vosh defense for the Lolly situation. Like, guys, 2028 is an election year. Destiny cannot go down. Oh, fuck. If the Democratic Party wishes to succeed in the future, it cannot be a party that accepts the sexual exploitation of women. It cannot be a party that allows men like Destiny to break into the mainstream. Allowing him to access such spaces would be a direct endorsement of his behavior. I have been told that the payout might not be worth the harassment and attention I'll receive. In an ideal world, I would do this privately, but I've been told there's no realistic way the court will grant me anonymity. This means my only option is to go public. I've been told by a variety of people not to go public. I've been told by some people that Steven really doesn't even feel sorry, but I'm not inclined to believe them, especially. I'm not inclined to believe them, especially taking into consideration his actions regarding me. Regardless, what Destiny did is unacceptable. I believe he will do this again if he faces justice. Let me be clear. Destiny has violated federal law in his transgressions against me. He has violated my consent and is directly responsible of the sexual abuse that I've received. I'm terrified. Evidence log. So I'm going to show all these messages after the fact. But this is Pixie's Substack. She posted this today after she was pushed to go forward with her story by President Sunday. That's objectively what happened here. For better or for worse, this is now publicly out there, but I think the main takeaway here is that the allegations can now be litigated in the public forum. I don't know if this is ever going to go to trial or if there's a civil suit coming or if, again, I'm not taking a legal fucking stance on this, but the fact of the matter is we are in the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion is becoming briefed as we talk about this more and more, and hopefully we get some answers as to what exactly transpired here. It doesn't sound fucking good. You say that, but like these messages, if these are real, fuck me, they're bad. They're awful. Look at this. Hi, Steven. Now, obviously, this is her expressing her depression.
Who is Bunty King?
In the situation that she's currently in because she's finding out about it in real time. And then Destiny's like, hold up there. Whoa, whoa. Hold on one second. Steven here. What's going on? President Sunday should pay for her lawyers. Who knows? Maybe she is. I don't know. Hi. How are you doing? This is just a fucking Hey, Steven, I'm not handling this well. Hold up there, buddy. Hi. How you doing? Obviously, I'm not handling this well. It's the same kind of thing. I think this one, again, I wish we could just release these, but for some reason they blurred specifically these messages. I don't understand it, but I'm not going to start releasing new messages. As far as this particular thing goes, I don't really think any of it leaves the orbit except for a few random deranged hater people online. Even for my stuff, most of the mainstream audience was there on the BJ videos. That was 99% of the talk I saw people talk publicly about, and the 1% was about Lauren Southern. I'm sure there'll be a few losers on Twitter who try to DM you or something, but if you block and move on, I'm pretty sure no one would say or mention anything in like a couple of weeks from now. The Kiwi Farms people have largely moved on from it. And then this was actually the correct order. It was, hi, Steven, hold up, what's up there, buddy? And then it was, just going through the whole depression, not handling this well, blah, 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 blah. So then Destiny's like, listen, I feel like it's hard for me to give you advice because obviously I'm like implicated in everything, man. But like, I would still like to say some of the following things. Things die out surprisingly fast. There might be a couple of random losers online, but people move on to the next thing. And outside of some losers on Kiwi farms and irrelevant content people who will fade away in a year or two, inevitably stuff fades away. Listen, I know you're upset that your fucking body is online for the world to see, but I mean, listen, dude. Look at Stephen Molyneux's career is over. There are people who were big online a few years ago that people could barely find traces of anyway. Guys, listen, I mean, here's the real honest. I'll give Destiny a better argument. Nobody talks about the fact that JF probably killed his wife. Yeah, that's food for thought, chat. Nobody talks about that anymore. Maybe the Kino Casino does, but nobody talks about it anymore. I mean, I don't know if he did it, but I mean, he's suspect numero uno, and nobody talks about it anymore. But obviously, that's like a crazy thing to say when someone's reaching out to you over this.
Target schizophrenic, mentally ill women to try and take your swing at the boss.
Who's JF? Exactly. JF is the guy who had to have the state intervene because he was too busy fucking retards, as Medicare said. You have every legal option available to you. You can always pursue legal stuff. There are several civil and criminal protections that even shield your name from being released. You can always do free consultations with litigation firms to check stuff like that. For obvious reasons, you should take the things I'm saying with a grain of salt and pursue and check out all those things on your own. 3. You have accomplished and done tons of things in the past couple of years. When I met you a few years ago, you were young, like crazy, in between ultra-suicidal ideation and thoughts, and being hung up on a weird guy and feeling aimless after getting your college degrees. But you've done a ton of work this year with progressive victory, and moved to survive all in Miami on your own, and branched out to a new content area and made new friends across new communities, and it would be super shitty. God, listen, if you die now, you're not going to have an opportunity to do all this cool stuff you set yourself up for. Again, like, if this is fucking real, this is crazy. This is not how you talk to somebody like in this situation. Like, this is fucking crazy if that's real. This feels super lame, and I don't want to imply that somehow I'm just giving you money helps anything go away or fixes anything for you. But if you have any bills or owe any money on anything or have any financial stuff I can help with, I can at the very least chip in and help you with any of that. So at least it's one less thing you have to worry about or stress over while you're worrying about getting through this. And additionally, she released more. There literally shouldn't be no. I'm sorry. There's literally zero excuse. I had phone combos and stuff with this person. Obviously, this is pertaining to the leaks itself. They were fairly close to me. It's worthless to say at this point, but I'm super sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Where is that? I don't. If 1% of this shit is real, I think this is really bad.
I'm Tony Hayward, President and CEO of B.
Hi, I'm Destiny. I might have released your fucking naked pictures without your consent, but I'd like to give you this important message.
I want to say, we are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
We're sorry. Oh, it's crazy. That's insane. It's more complicated than that. I feel like there's no justice to what's been done. I feel for the people who, the rest of my life, are going to try to send it to my family or workplace, wherever I go. I feel extremely violated with how so many people saw me non-consensually in a vulnerable position. I feel like people are always going to use this as proof that I slept my way into whatever achievement I garner. I feel like it's evidence that everything would be better with me gone. So again, obviously, more suicidal stuff. I think the number of people who know or even keep up with this is probably almost zero. The people who hate others involved, me, Lauren, Nick, Law, way more, and it overshadows a lot of this stuff. As for any achievements or anything, the majority of people work and stuff, and the stuff you've done is completely independent from me anyway, so the only people who would say anything like that are people who would have said shit like that anyway, and they're not worth the time. So those are the leaked Destiny messages. As far as I know, those are the only ones. I tried to figure out where the rest of them were. I saw these I think literally the night after the what's it called? The President Sunday call. I was trying to figure out what the actual messages were because he mentioned that they exist. I was shocked that somehow there were leaked messages floating around between Pixie and Destiny throughout the community. And I'm assuming, was it the Straighteraid person who started publishing them? That was like mind-blowing for me. I assumed those I guess people had those for a while too. So now this is the Kyla messages. Obviously, Kyla being Destiny's assistant. These are supposedly in regards to like solving the situation as a mutual third party. But obviously, Kyla does the podcast with Destiny. They work together.
A person.
So
is Bunty King?
this obviously, some of this stuff is a little concerning. I've only read some of it. I've only had like the main singular message, but when I saw it, it didn't look super good. But I'm reading some of it for the first time right now. Is this what you feel you need? Yeah, the only problem is the number is number 3. Oh, that's not even in order. Fuck, did I fuck this up? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. This is this one. My apologies. Not yet. Coleman canceled, so this is, I assume, for the podcast. I ended up not coming in, but I'll be there Saturday. Are you hinging a lot on my conversation with him? Other than I mentioned, is there anything that you were hoping to be brought up? I think it's going to decide my next course of action, what to do with myself and him based on how the conversation goes. Unless you decide that you don't want to talk to him, that's okay too. Basically, I have my plans and course of action paused, and will choose to do something depending on if he agrees, he has to make up / repent for the action and wants to work to find a way to do that, or if he doesn't feel that way. So this is obviously just like Pixie stating her position, allegedly to Kyla, or Erudite. I don't want to talk to him myself because I feel like I tried explaining what I was feeling and he didn't really understand. I also have a little anxious voice in my brain telling me to prepare for the worst because he probably doesn't care, and he doesn't care enough to willingly try to make up for his mistakes, and that means I'll have to start thinking of more extreme nuclear options to deal with, but I'm trying to avoid spiraling down that line of thought because I'm trying to hold out for hope. And that's not just to scare you. I'm 100% going to do anything. Wait, and that's not to scare you. I'm 100% not going to do anything to myself, no matter what he said during the holiday season, because I don't want to traumatize my friends during a time that's supposed to be happy. And even if he responds negatively, it doesn't mean I'll kill myself. I'm just trying to coordinate a different course. Again, I do not... Why did they blur... If there's so many references to suicide, why would they blur only those messages? Again, I pulled these off of Reddit. So this is the version of the messages that were on the YouTube drama subreddit. I have no idea why they censored them. So thoughtful, yeah. Versus my plan is scheduling a note for before I after die. I'm also looking into the lawyers, but I want to see what he says before deciding to do any nuclear options. Can I share this with Steven? He communicated with me that he knows he fucked up and there's no excuse at all. He doesn't know what he can do for you or to make it up. I'm just trying to build a bridge between... Oh, God. That's so fucking funny, dude. Do you know why that's so funny? Because the name of the podcast that she works for, chat, it's Bridges. Oh my God, she said the thing. She said the thing. That's so fucking funny, dude. She just fucking plugged the podcast in the middle of this conversation. Holy shit, dude. Roll credits, dude. Wow. That's so funny. I'm trying to build a bridge between and make him understand what would make you feel. Could you imagine if the solution to this was bringing her on to do a podcast episode about like the importance of non-consensually sharing naked pictures? Could you fucking imagine how funny that would be if that was the end all be all resolution to the problem? Holy shit, dude, that's funny. To feel that he understood what he did was wrong and never do this again, or better, what could I share with him? You could share this and anything you want with him. I feel like when we talked, you really understood where I was coming from, and that could hopefully explain this better than I can. Gotcha. Thanks for not sugarcoating anything about where you're at. I think when we talked about what you needed and help removing the video from online, getting the guy who hacked charged, a sense that Steven understands how in the wrong he was and a plan to prevent this from ever happening again. Is that what you feel you need? Yeah, so, look. That's the big 3, right? Help removing the video from online, getting the guy who hacked charged, a sense that Steven understands how in the wrong he was, and a plan to ever prevent this from happening again. And I'm sorry, I think this next line is fucking based, and you can tell me if I'm wrong about it in the comment section, if this is fucking all legit. If this is what you feel you need, yeah, the only problem is with number 3, because even with the removal of the video and getting the guy hacked charged, Steven has to face consequences proportional to his actions. I want this to be the most expensive mistake of his life, and I'm essentially asking him to self-punish himself in a way that I don't think he will like or agree to without the law involved. I don't have a dollar amount from the top of my head. It just has to be enough for the rest of his life that he thinks the word nude, he associates it with the amount of money that he lost. Obviously, I don't want to make him destitute, but it should be large enough that he does feel upset about it and it's not easily recoverable. I'm sorry. I think that's fucking super based. I think that's awesome, actually. I think if this stuff is real, if Destiny did do that shit, I think that is a fucking based response. I'm sorry. I just don't care. Okay, so is this what you want to pursue? It's clear to me before that this is what you wanted specifically. Wait, it wasn't clear to me before that this is what you wanted specifically. My understanding was it was more about the sense of rehabilitation and justice. Oh, wow. Yeah, he would really like some of that rehabilitation. Yeah. It's wild to me that Erudite knows what happened and still wants to associate with him with the extent that she's mediating this, like the sex crimes for him, and she calls herself a feminist. It's like, I'm sorry, dude. What is the public going to take away from this? Honestly, are they going to go, wow, I can't believe the woman's asking for money after Destiny allegedly shared her naked pictures to a random whore he was trying to meet up with? And is the takeaway here that if this turns out to be real, that this was just a brief one-time occurrence? Because I'm sorry, I wouldn't believe that. I just personally, from my own brain, not reporting on any facts or logic here, but if he's willing to send it to a random OnlyFans model, I don't know who else he wouldn't send it to. Someone he hardly knows and spoke on the phone to a few times. I wouldn't believe that. It's real. Why are you speaking like it's not? Because that's how you engage charitably with allegations online and not ice yourself every single time you talk about a sensitive subject. If you can't handle a couple of allegedlys, there's several channels that ride way too close to the sun. You can go watch their videos. But yeah, I'm covering my ass. Anywho, those are the Erudite ones. Now, I believe we can hop over here. Dude, I mean, unironically, this is what that message felt like from Erudite. Hey, I'm sorry about your nudes leaking.
Boom! 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 Boom!
That's what I got from Erudite. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry that your nudes got leaked. Here's 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Stop being so reasonable. Yeah, I'm sorry. My apologies. These are the alleged messages between Pixie and Destiny. I tried to go live tonight. That's your response. Oh, okay, so now we're going to watch this after we read Destiny's response. But there's also 2 more notable things that happen. Outside of Pixie issuing a statement on the Destiny allegations, Lonerbox, Pixie's boyfriend, has gone forward and retweeted it. And that is significant because Lonerbox recently left the internet. Obviously, this could be a I'm just defending my girlfriend thing. But again, like, this is a guy now hedging his career on his former friend, who he recently went on a trip to Israel with. So it is significant that he's retweeted the allegations. I'm just asking. I don't see how it could be fake. Yeah, I mean, listen, that is like the thing I've heard. And I'm not trying to bash you. I'm not gonna like nuke you from the chat or something. But there's plenty of times where people get locked into stories and they're talking about stuff that's super serious, and they end the conversation with, "I don't know how this stuff could be fake," and then it is. So you have to treat these things like you're not, I can't look at this as the viewer. I need to look at this as objectively as possible to be as charitable to every side I possibly can. That's kind of my responsibility while I talk about stuff like this. Nick is citing Destiny's Israel trip as evidence in drama. I mean, yeah, I am. So Dan called Turkey Tom's stream. That's, I think, currently privated or unlisted, but we got the clip, so we're going to pull it up here tonight. I do think the next thing we should read, though, is Destiny's response. Destiny's published a response. I don't know. I don't want to poison the well too hard. We're going to get to all the negative stuff after. Let me just read the response first, and then we can go through all the comments, because they're not good. Legal arc beginning in mysterious ways. Such wow. Sometime in November, extremely sensitive and personal material of mine was leaked. So this is Destiny confirming. So that's Destiny's admission that the photos are real. I imagine, right? Is that not clear, concise? The photos are real. Sometime in November, extremely sensitive personal material was leaked. This has affected not only me, but many people in my life. I want to be clear, the leak happened without my knowledge, consent, authorization. I never had an intention for any of these images to be leaked or published. I haven't spoken out publicly regarding the situation for a few reasons. 1, I'm actively pursuing a criminal and civil litigation on these matters against multiple parties. 2, I'm speaking publicly about these materials brings more attention to them, which harms all the victims involved. 3, I've been trying to move on from covering drama content as it has had an increasingly negative impact on those in my life. All right, so this is my first. I'm going to have to stop you there. Why is that included? Guys, drama is so toxic. I'm not going to talk about my cock getting leaked on the internet. That's kind of stupid. I feel like that's kind of stupid. Is that kind of stupid, chat? Do you think that's kind of stupid? Guys, drama's bad. Please don't talk about this. The The Mutahar defense. Unironically, yeah. Guys, I've been making a lot of slop content recently. It's really affected me personally. Yeah, that's not a good answer. I'm sorry. One person involved has expressed suicidal thoughts in relation to the matter, and I did not want to exacerbate the situation by talking about it publicly. Shocker. I wonder who that could be. Again, I don't know if it's who else is involved, but we know that was probably Pixie. So, again, this is just lawyer speak, but it sounds to me like he's talking about Pixie. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Because there are now multiple parties involved in litigation, it is unlikely I'll be able to answer any questions until pending litigation has been resolved. That said, though I am limited to what I can say, it's important that people know about my recent communications with and regarding Pixie, someone I was friends with and collaborated with on many occasions. Since the leaks were first circulated, Pixie has stressed to me that keeping things out of the public eye was important to her. November 30th. New window. One last question. You and Keemstar are friends, right? Is Keem friends with Pixie? Did you know? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's to that's Pixie to Destiny. Did you know this is pinned on Drama Alert? Destiny porn leaked online. Absolutely not friends. I don't think he likes me at all. Rip, I was hoping there'd be a way to get this post removed through their own volition, but I guess not. Seeing other than that, we'll just more post in the spotlight. You're obviously free to say or do what you want, but I'm not going to talk about anything specifically, and I will never confirm nor deny any of the people in these videos, images, or say any names like that, of course. So again, these are Destiny leaking these messages. So yeah, that's that, I guess. December 2nd.
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio.
Well, let me know when you figure out the stuff with a lawyer. You have any discrete requests or specific things you want and need from me? What you got severely fucked over? They're absolutely no fault of your own, so this is an admission. Yeah, working today to file stuff. Ninu reached out to law firms, and we're waiting for responses back for filing police reports and grabbing court orders. If you want, I can put you in a direct consult with Ninu, or you can message her directly. I don't want to have to testify or be named in anything as far as people ask me. I'm saying it's a look alike, and I have remarkable differences on my breast to prove it. Yeah, okay, I've confirmed or denied anything all publicly. I'll never do so. I'll double check with you before anything ever gets mentioned. Please don't tell anyone. So this is like an admission that he shared these images with this person and they've been released. I don't see it as any other way to describe what I'm seeing here, because all of these messages are making, like, well, they're contingent on the fact that the things were leaked. Pixie, please don't tell anyone privately either if they ask if it's actually me or not. 100%, no one has messaged me to confirm or deny anything like that, except when Aaron or Straight Raid messaged me. Pixie, sounds good. Do you think you'll try to criminally go after the person or not? I assume you can subpoena Kiwi Farms for his account information. Yeah, good luck with that. Or even IP address and go from there if you desire. Or you feel like there'd be too much attention to draw from it. I have absolutely no idea, waiting for this law firm to call with me, I think. Also, I said I wouldn't do anything in terms of filing civil stuff or making criminal complaints without checking with you first. I always said that I would do my best to not confirm or publicize anything. I kept my word. On December 11th, I received a message from a mutual acquaintance called Lauren Hayden, known as Lauren DeLingua. Lauren DeLingua. This is the message. What you did was evil. I've never hated someone so much. Lauren had a negative sentiment toward me after I rejected her romantic advances earlier in the year. Yikes. Holy shit. I understand that she's organized the fundraiser to support Pixie's lawsuit against me, and I assume she's been consoling Pixie on how to proceed. Who cares? If you leaked her fucking nudes, who cares? I don't care if oh, I'm sorry, she's mad that I didn't fuck her? Wow, guys, we've exposed it. The first girl Destiny hasn't slept with. We have finally found it, chat. We've done it. We've found the first woman that Destiny has not had sex with. Good job. Round of applause. What the fuck was that? Organized a fundraiser to support Pixie's lawsuit against me, and assume she's been consoling Pixie on how to proceed. That same day, I received a message from Pixie where she suggested she would create a post about me and go live after she committed suicide. Now, this is obviously the message that they omitted. Here it is. This is where I saw it from. This was the message. This is actually the message that they blurred out in their videos. Hi, Steven. As my life on Earth comes to a close, I wanted to ask you to please be more careful with the people who place their trust in you in the future. Life is unfair, but you should do your best to prevent that and not contribute to it. Hold up there. What's up? I'm just tired of living. It's only a matter of time until my family discovers what happened, and I feel like there's no way to obtain justice. Now, Just to be clear, these were the messages that President Sunday read and went, I've determined that there's no active risk. Anyway, I'm just tired of living. It's a matter of time until my family knows what happened. I feel like there's no way to obtain justice.
Nicholas DeOrio.
I don't want to bring a case against you, but I think you'll continue to spread nudes of people, even without their consent. Bringing a case against you would mean going public, which is the equivalent of a death sentence for me either way. So I feel like the best thing I can do is to kill myself and schedule a post detailing my feelings on what happened to try to ensure a situation like this doesn't happen again. I'm not going to kill myself at this second, but I'm trying some things in order before I end anything. But I don't see a future where I survive for much longer. It's better to end things sooner and stop the pain than let it continue. And again, this is the stuff where it's like, President Sunday's new position is like, I had no idea that she was faking it. She was not suicidal. And it's like, I'm sorry, dude. This is like I'm not saying it's a totally reasonable response. Like, if this happens to you, you ought to go and do this. But it's like, my fucking public image has been ruined, right? I was known as the girl who didn't fuck Destiny to get to where I was. I can't go back to my streaming career. Okay? Not that it was a huge fucking boastful streaming career to begin with, but that door is now closed in her mind, obviously. She doesn't think she can come back. She probably could, but she won't. And two, now you have to risk your friends and family seeing you have sex with a guy online. Which is like a terrible... I mean, I'm laughing. It's fucking terrible. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine, like, being in that position publicly? And it's like... I'm laughing because it's just, like, so... Obviously, she's not suicidal, Nick. She just wants money. No, I think there's a better than average chance that she's probably not handling this super well. I think there's a better than average chance that some of these feelings are probably legitimate. I mean, I don't know how I would handle a situation like this. But yeah, these were the messages. We already read the rest of this, but since it's here. I genuinely believe that she was in mental anguish following the leak earlier. I responded in earnest, doing what I could to reassure her and letting her know that she had every right to pursue a legal course of action. At no stage did I try to convince her otherwise. This was highly emotionally volatile, and my main concern was her well-being. A few hours later, I messaged a mutual friend, Straighterade, who I knew to be particularly close with Pixie. We tried to figure out the best way in terms of making things right, or as right as they could be, for Pixie. In that conversation, we spoke about things that I could do to alleviate the toll on Pixie's mental health. I took Straighterade's suggestions and I presented them to Pixie. I explicitly offered her financially, having it communicated to me that she was under financial pressure while dealing with this matter. Oh fuck! I hit the Microsoft Bing search option. God damn it! Good one, buddy. Why do they have this? Search the web for this paragraph. That's just a stupid feature. This is what I was trying to do. Okay. Oh, God. Straighterade. I'm surprised she told you. She didn't respond to this, or did she delete it? No. If she responded and deleted it, I didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure she didn't respond. She's not doing well, and she's made all the wrong moves in response to this. I told her to do nothing and not reply to people, because I think she ran into fucking spicy chat or something at some point. I don't think she's done anything bad or anything. Just privating her stuff for a little was fine. People have sent me stuff that she said to them in DMs. She's denying it in private and DMing people to stop talking about it because it's not her. Oh, well, I mean, if it's helping her process stuff or whatever, unless she's just blowing up and making it worse for her or something. Straighterade, she went into spicy chat and said their comments made her want to kill herself a few days ago. She had told me she would have done it if her parents found out. Again, like, I'm looking at all of this and it's like, yeah, this is obviously a girl who's not suicidal. Oh, fuck it. Well, let's just run it without her. Yeah, she said she'd kill herself when we released it, so let's just release it. Fucking Mario Yamasaki. And then people wonder why I'm like why I had to send this person an apology because I didn't want them to think that I like that I agreed to the interview. Like, the first thing I did when I saw this fucking thing is I shot her an apology. I don't know, I felt weird seeing that as if it was just supposed to be like, yeah, I don't know, it's gross. Let me see, but she's not talking to people. Loner messaged me saying she heard from her because she was messaging. That's bad. Yeah, I missed her tonight. And that's when she said what she needs to do. Destiny will fuck. I feel stupid going over there just asking for a hangout for obvious reasons, but I really don't know what else I can do, or if even there's a person that I can offer support to. I don't know how she views you. When she told me, I wondered if I could tell you and ask for help, but she sees you as an abuser. It seems like the ultimate betrayal to do that. Same with telling her family if she explicitly said she can't rely on them for support. Like, I'd rather have her pissed off at me for life, but alive, but I also don't know how to intervene. She She doesn't seem manic, but I have no training to really make that judgment. But a wellness check seems to do fuck all because she'll just act normal to get them to go away, and they wouldn't commit her on just word alone. I told her similar things that you told her, and she really needs to speak to her therapist about this. She hasn't done that. What else is this? Holy fuck, dude, that's a lot of messages. I don't know how I don't know how much framing all this in terms of relative harm helps. We're all egocentric, so even if that's true, I wonder if it's getting through to her. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know what else to do. Straighter aid, money. Fucking offer her to cover therapy or something. I don't know. Her employment status, I don't think it's good. You really think so? I have zero problem with that. I thought about it, but it seems ultra scummy. Or like trying to buy her off or feeling bad or something. But obviously 100,000% I would absolutely do this. Yeah, I really think so, lol. She mentioned pursuing a case against you in the first screenshot you sent me, and this isn't a crime that's punishable with jail as far as I know. So unless she thought you did it or something, or some other punitive measure that she felt would deter you, I'm going to assume she was considering doing things for financial damages. What do you think would be the appropriate way of approaching her about that? Well, it's probably extremely difficult to prove in her case. She's not a high-profile micro-celebrity, and you didn't leak it maliciously. You didn't even leak it at all. You distributed it non-consensually. We're going to dance around the word leak now, Straighter Aid. How is that not leaking her nudes? How is this not... And again, this is a concession. Like, the answer to this is a concession. Like, are we really differentiating this? Are you fucking kidding me? You didn't even leak it. You just distributed it non-consensually. He didn't leak it. He drip-fed it. Oh my god. Genuinely leaking means to the public? Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine, dude. I'll individually DM this stuff out to a bunch of people, and when it hits the public, it's not my fault. Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. That is so fucking stupid. Let me see. Yeah, I know. I looked into it for obvious reasons just to be sure, but I don't really care much about the legal side or whatever. Obviously, I have severely, at the very least, psychologically damaged her. Covering therapy or whatever is a minimum, and I have no problem helping her out or sending money for any form of reparation. I just didn't want to come off as like, hey, bitch, lol, I know I violated your trust in the worst way ever, but here's some money, have fun.
I always do the possible.
So if we didn't have a confession before, that's a confession. That he did that. That's a thing he did do. So yeah, that's that. As far as I'm concerned, I can stop using the allegedlys now. He definitely did distribute her naked pictures to a random e-whore. So again, there we go. To the guy in chat who was asking why I keep saying allegedly, I've now reached the point where I'm comfortable just saying that he did it. Because these are messages distributed to us from Destiny. So there's really not much argument here. Being honest, front-loading it with genuinely not being able to rectify it neutrally because of the obvious conflict of interest, but you like to try, and that's something that you could help her with. Therapy costs for sure. If you're really feeling generous, something to do with her law school pursuits. Yeah, if you got like $50,000 to $100,000, you could put her through law school. Like 1 year or something. I don't know how far you're willing to help, but I see it as offering something and looking forward to her immediate future. That was a goal she was working towards. What law school was she looking to go to? Is money the only thing stopping her from going or something? I'm not sure, but she owes me $147. Oh yeah, this Straighter Ed person seems like a real dipshit. And has to pay back installments. She can't afford the payments all at once. I'm pretty sure there's hefty financial contributions. I know she's studying for LSATs, but if she's a school of mine, she mentioned it to me. I assume something online or in-state. Destiny, $147? Yeah, we split the podcast equipment. Gotcha. I even kept the couch we bought, but I don't want to ask her for $250. Sorry, I even kept the couch we bought, even though the movers broke it, so I have to throw it away. But I don't want to ask her for $200. Why are we fucking talking about $300 and fucking or $400 here? Since your job situation's weird, this feels super lame. Like, I don't want to imply that somehow just giving you money helps anything go away or fixes everything for you. But if you have bills or owe money or something or have financial stuff I can help you with, I can at the very least chip in and make help with any of that. So at least one thing you have to worry about and stress. Blah, blah, blah. You think this is okay? Yes. We already read that message before. I think it's only skeevy if you do this and you were like, I can give you the money so you don't take legal action against me. Okay, bye. Holy shit, dude. This Straighter Aid person is just giving horrible advice about this. Why is the Straighter Aid person like self-inserting too? That's weird. Money definitely helps. He's a millionaire. Yeah. But again, I mean, you have to assume that Destiny's looking at this being like, yeah, if I just put this bitch through law school, I mean, people are going to think that's really weird. It's not Pixie asking here. Yeah, that's significant. That came from Straighter Aid. So Pixie was not asking for law school money. But I believe this is an older screenshot from our conversation. And since she's deleted that only message, it's no longer in our current conversation history. Where is this older screenshot? I feel like whenever I ask you to cover be too high of a price, then I'm going to feel even worse over it. Later on in the conversation with Straighteraid, she told me that Pixie seemed to want to cover her entire tuition to law school. Other people told me that Pixie thought it would be appropriate for me to pay her anywhere from $500 to $1 million. At no point did Pixie make specific or explicit requests for financial compensation. So we have no idea if this is just her talking in servers and stuff, or if she's actually making these requests. But we do know that she never actually approached Destiny explicitly. So maybe she was running it by people. But Destiny said that that's not something that's happened. I think sometime on December 13th, Pixie unfriended me on Discord. It became clear that no amount that I agreed to was satisfied by nature of the fact that I agreed to it. Third parties communicated that the point of any financial compensation would be to punish me. That language was incredibly frustrating to hear secondhand. And that third party is Erudite, by the way. That's who he's talking about. The language incredibly frustrating to hear secondhand. I had already shown willingness to make things right as best I could. I had spent the entire time talking to mutual friends of ours with the help to address additional concerns with her mental health and suicidal thoughts. The sincerity of which I genuinely believed. I was objectively harmed by this situation. Wait, I was objectively harmed by the situation and was actively seeking to find a resolution that worked for everybody? Oh, I guess maybe he means his own leaks? He doesn't mean just by Pixie complaining, right? That is a crazy sentence to put in here. I feel like he means like I was objectively harmed by the leak, right? Or by this situation. The sincerity which I genuinely believed, I was... yeah, I imagine that's what he means, but that just reads weird. I'm not sure where Pixie got this idea that she needs to financially punish me. In this text message, Pixie reiterates that she doesn't want criminal penalties for me, just big financial ones. Some of my most personal messages have gone out to the world because of what happened, including multiple incredibly explicit videos. Okay, yeah, so he's talking about this. Many of which have been forwarded to family members and colleagues. Information has come out which has irrevocably damaged my personal relationships. This has been a nightmare to all parties involved. Reiterates, let's see. Yeah, only the problem is the number. Yeah, so this is the Erudite stuff. We've already read this on stream. That's the Erudite number from earlier. Her accusation that I use a prior... what is this? Okay, so this is directly a quote. That I used a proxy to widely distribute this material while claiming deniability is extremely hurtful. I flat out cannot believe anyone would think that I intentionally leaked this material to the public. Personally, I don't think that he did that either. But again, I don't know that for a fact. It just probably makes sense that he didn't do that. I increasingly felt uncomfortable by the language used regarding financial punishment and wanting to teach me a lesson, along with constant references to the precariousness of someone's mental health. Text messages. Let's see. Are these going to be Erudite as well? This is the Erudite messages. Let's see. I no longer feel productive to engage in these conversations, as well documented at the start of this. I was completely willing to make things right with Pixie. At this point, I just tell people close to me that Pixie wants to pursue legal action against me. She's always free to do so, but I don't feel comfortable talking to her or about her until the very least my current legal things have run their course. It has been brought to my attention that Pixie has now tried to re-add me as a friend, but I've ignored those requests. I've never told anyone that they can or can't speak, or what they can or can't speak about, and I've always left the option open to them despite what people have said. I've never threatened Pixie with litigation or NDAs. My goal was to respect the wishes of the people who have been affected by the leak. Pixie has now stated her intention to sue me and is fundraising for that. I do not believe that I have violated the law. And since Pixie has made it clear what she wants to do, I will let the evidence and legal filings speak for themselves. It is unfortunate that it has come to this, but it means that all communication with her or Lauren, who might not be representing her, will have to go through counsel. So, we got to 17 days. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, so it's a confession. This is a confession. This is, I'm upset that she's seeking financial compensation. She said that she wants to punish me. She's now decided to take this legally, which is probably the correct pursuit, personally. Again, I don't know what that actually means in her case. I don't know if she's spoken to lawyers. But again, it's probably the more moral, and not moral, but it's probably the more... It's probably better to, instead of just taking a private bribe to go through the public forum. Now, usually things don't go super well when these YouTube lawsuits go, and maybe it was more advantageous for her to take money privately. But, I mean, all I'm getting from this is that he fucking leaked a bunch of nudes of people who weren't consenting to try to have sex with a random e-girl on Discord. I'm sorry, is that like... That was my biggest concern with this. I don't really care about the rest of it. My problem is that Destiny was going around trying to fuck some random OnlyFans whore. And to do this, he sent compromising things of his friends and previous partners or people he interacted with to try to, like, get this interaction. Like, I mean, this is fucking crazy. This is actually unreal. This is goonicide. This is literal goonicide that we're witnessing right now. The goonicide of Destiny. Like, why can't you just keep it in your fucking pants, dude? This response sucks. This response sucks. It's legal. It doesn't give you any solid answers, except for the fact that he did it. So, I mean, whatever. Thanks for your answer, I guess. Because for any of this to be true, he and again, I don't for a minute think that Destiny had this person leak this to, like, show off his dick to the world or to show off, like, fucking her nudes. And it sounds like he was even talked into sending her a financial fucking amount, like a bunch of money or whatever. That's possible too, if that's the case. So maybe this isn't an Epstein-like conspiracy. I'd be open to hearing why that's not the case in a future response. I mean, Epstein is a little ridiculous, but you know what I mean, right? Like, maybe this isn't some hush money, like, shut the door kind of thing. But, like, fact remains here, based off of all the stuff we've read, that Destiny has monumentally fucked up in a way that I don't think a content creator should be able to come back from. I do not think that you should be able to leak intimate photos of a former partner or friend to random whores on the internet and then still tell people how to live from your politics channel. I think that the Democrats will be okay in 2028 if this damages your career and your credibility, because it should. It absolutely should. The Harvey Weinstein situation. I mean, I don't know. I think all these are super trumped up to make comparisons to, like, Hollywood shit. But this is certainly one of the most fucking disgusting things I've seen that happened on a YouTube channel. Were you hacked or did you share those pictures because the girl mentioned it? I wish he was more clear in regards to this, assuming that he's truthful. It's no, dude. So now the girl was hacked and Destiny was hacked, and that's the only way the nudes could be exchanged? Dude, I'm sorry, bro. Wait, what is this? What do you think would be an appropriate way to approach that? Yeah, I looked at the obvious reasons or whatever. I don't care about the legal side or whatever. Yeah, okay, so this is it. This is 100% thing. Again, they're being, like, ultra charitable here, but it's just not true. He did that. Let me see. I flat out cannot believe that anyone would think that I would leak this material to the public. I don't believe this is the case, but it's a shitty thing to share other people's nudes without their consent. I'm not going to pretend to know the legality behind that, but morally speaking, it's fucked up. The reason why I don't refer to it as revenge porn is because every time I bring it up, some fucking loser goes, actually, in the state of fucking Miami, you need to have intent to do revenge porn. And it's like, yeah, that's fantastic, dude. Thanks for the legal definition. That girl's nudes are all over the internet, you fucking asshole. Like, yeah, okay, fuck the legal stuff. From a moral perspective, this is fucking fucked. All right? The state of Miami, the state of Florida, England is my city. Shut the fuck up, Toki. But you know what I mean. This is not, it doesn't have to be a legal thing. Destiny doesn't have to go to jail for this to be career ending. I mean, this is awful. This is genuinely some of the most awful shit that I've seen happen. Kind of concerning. This doesn't refute the claim that you shared explicit content without her consent. So I'm guessing that's true. Yeah, of course it's true. He's just a sad dumb fuck who shared her pictures, and that person shared it with everybody else. Heads up, the November 20th and December 2nd image uploads are the same link. Edit seems to be fixed now. Anybody remember him talking to Pixie's dad? He told Destiny what a great friend he was to his daughter. Fuck me, this sucks. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Holy fuck, dude. That is brutal. Please play It's Every Day, bro. Where are you addressing the fact these videos were in circulation because they were sent to third parties? I feel like that is sideswept. It wasn't even sideswept. He just confessed. about how Destiny's a victim when nobody's denying the leaks happened without his consent either. The problem is people don't have people have isn't with the leakers sharing this stuff. Everybody agrees that's bad. The problem with these leaks being sent to somebody else in the party who wasn't the party involved. To be fair, Pixie is literally claiming that, and I've seen that narrative pushed on other threads too. Not addressing whether he sent those images to a third party or whatever consent is concerning though. It seems like this is just addressing the side claims nobody really cares about. The community doesn't care about the litigation or Pixie's anger or whether this was leaked by you or it was maliciously hacked. The issue is people care that you shared sexual videos that included other people in sexual content without their consent. You might have only intended for one individual to see it, but most people view this as a clear moral violation of boundaries. While I wouldn't label it as malicious or revenge porn or sexual harassment, it's clear that it violates many of the same principles around the consent that you have preached to her. You've tried to use yourself numerous times as an example of how to navigate sexual relationships, and I do believe much of your advice is quite good, but you can't really claim to live up to your standards, especially when you've always talked about how leaking your DMs wouldn't hurt you. Honestly, though, I didn't expect you to admit any personal wrongdoings here, because there's no benefit to your image or the litigation process in doing so. In the end, I don't watch Destiny for moral foundation. Anyone who follows him knows how he acts in regards to sex, relationships, and cheating, but it's disappointing to see a statement that avoids all the real issues that people have. This is a really good statement. It's over. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking brutal. People need to stop saying that it was just nudes. It's literal porn that got leaked of her performing oral sex. This means, without her consent, Destiny sent a video of her sucking his dick to some random person. This is unhinged, immoral behavior that is quite disgusting, given that he's not taking any accountability for this at all. I don't give a fuck if there's a lawsuit. He made a big fuck up, and the community needs to go fully against him on this one, as they're doing now, which is very relieving. He needs to face consequences on this one. This community isn't like Mizkif or somebody else where people don't give a fuck and will forget. Fuck that. Again, I am shocked. I was too hard on DGG. I said that DGG wouldn't want to be around me anymore when I said the things that would have to be said about this. I think if you go back in a couple streams, somebody goes, DGG is watching, Nick, and I go, I don't think you're going to be liking what you have to say, because ultimately when I covered this is exactly the position I was going to take, and now he's confessed to it. So yeah, that's my stance. This is fucking disgusting. I actually agree fully with his own audience here. This is absolutely brutal shit. People need to stop saying, I just read that one. Totally taking accountability for sharing nudes without our consent, I see. To be fair, he admitted he did it. It would basically stink for any defense he could make in the lawsuit. The deafening silence should tell you more than enough. Well, he kind of did, but... Sure, I get you suffered from the leaks, but you're continuously skirting the number one grievance. It's awful that you leaked her pics to some random. She was your friend, gross, Destiny. Well, all decent bridges are probably cooked now. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know who's working with this guy after this. I don't know who's fucking consensually engaging in sexual acts with this guy ever again, bro. Dude, listen, if you have sex with Destiny, it might be recorded. I imagine that you'd have to consent to the recording, though, so that's probably a step one. I don't think that's been litigated in this discussion. But, I mean, yeah, like, dude, he's gonna share it. That's crazy. There's a reasonable belief that he's gonna share your fucking naked pictures. If you shared Pixie shit without her consent in the first place, I'm surprised your frustration with her is that she wants to financially punish you. I'm sorry, dude. I don't give a fuck. If she wanted $1 million, I fucking go off. That's my stance on that. Nick, I was in the private strategy Discord today. A lot of us left. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So, did you share her nudes or not? 100 lines of text completely ignores why everyone's angry about this. It's so fucking over. Let's all go to Loner Bro. Well, you can't, because he left the internet over this for a little while. He's taking a break. Turkey Tom is screwed then. Yeah, the big fucking... He can't take the pics back either. Yeah, Turkey Tom is screwed. They're gonna find the big Glizzy video. I'm just kidding. 2025 arc is fucking wild. Refill your popcorn.
Bounty King.
Nicholas DeOrio.
You still shouldn't share... Okay, so this is obviously the response thread. There's a bunch of other ones now. Like, I'm gonna watch the Dan call. Let's watch the Dan call with Turkey Tom. I mean, I knew this was getting super serious when his friend called into Tom's stream. And again, Dan is getting a ton of shit here. I'm not really super sure of what he did or didn't do. His argument is that he only had one call with Pixie, and I don't think he expected to get super dragged into this. So I don't know. I don't know. I'll be the judge of it when we talk about it here.
I don't know if everything you're sending me in DMs is stuff you want me to leak, but yeah. We can have a chat if you want.
Did I not ask
He's calling.
you nice enough?
Hello?
Like, it sounds like Dan caught a stray.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, so kind of a crazy day, huh?
Yeah. There was like a good meme that was posted, but probably without. Anyways, yes. I don't know. The whole thing is really fucked up situation. I don't understand why where this thing came from. As I said, I talked to Pixie one time. I'm on good terms with her, and you know when we talked, she was just like asking for advice, and Destiny would probably be upset because I did like the
Yes, Dan tries to put some blame on the hacker as well. I mean, I'm going to listen to it. I'll hear what he has to say, but ultimately the hacker is like, I don't know. The hacker is either the worst person in this case or the second worst person. The only reason I would say that they could be the worst person is they leaked all of the stuff to Kiwi Farms. But again, no, I think Destiny's still the worst person because he gave the hacker all the information they would need to leak it. I apologize. No, I'm completely off on that. Destiny's still the worst person. The hacker is the second worst person.
opposite of.
So it was a hacker? I mean, it's disputed whether it was the e-girl herself or a hacker, but we're going to refer to it as a hacker until we have evidence it was the e-girl.
Sweeping.
There is no hacker. Again, I that's what we're going to refer to it as until there's evidence that the e-girl herself is the leaker.
Basically, she was asking like, about a bunch of legal shit, and I was to the point where I was like, well, let me see if I can find some attorneys.
Again, but I'm just saying, if the Destiny doesn't do this and doesn't share this with the intention of getting sex with a random woman, then the hacker has nothing to hack. The hacker has nothing to release. If he's not just opening his fucking life and telling everybody all his stuff and leaking all these pictures of his fucking friends. I mean, the hacker is leaking stuff of people they've never seen before. Destiny is compromising his own friends. So you can make a legitimate argument that what he did is significantly worse.
Used to recommend to you.
It's not personal for the hacker. It's personal for Destiny.
Wasn't like pushing one thing or the other. You won't find any logs or any crazy shit like that of me doing anything because they don't exist.
Okay. I mean, the only thing she said, as far as I could tell, is that you advised her that going public might be bad for her. Which...
what she was at the time. So the first something to be clear of, like before this happened, right? Because this was all obviously way after the Kiwi Farms thread and everything else. At that point, like people already, like a bunch of people already knew. So like the whole going public thing didn't make sense. I think she was concerned is that she didn't want it to spread, and I thought that was, if that's your ultimate goal, like that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was my impression because I was hearing about this stuff, and I was under the impression that she didn't want any of it to be public. So I was like, well, she is the victim, so I'm not going to, right?
Yeah, she did it. That was the number one concern, is like anything she did would draw attention to it. And I was like, well, I don't respect you. I would agree with that. So that's why she was.
I'm so upset that Chud would be streaming. Dude, Just a Robot literally scheduled his fucking video, and no one's gonna be able to convince me otherwise. The night of Chud's break, all right, just so he couldn't stream about it. And then fucking Hassan Piker and Bad Empanada started talking about this whole situation, literally like at the worst possible time for Chud. Chud got totally gooned.
He was asking about the legal stuff.
Actually, I'm wrong. You know who got treated the worst off? It wasn't Destiny. It wasn't fucking Pixie. It was Chud Logic, because he's been robbed of the ability to financially compensate off of this story.
Because that could be potentially completely private. But at no point was I like, don't do this, don't do that. To be clear, I think like the person who's most at fault here is the hacker, but that's not what anyone is specifically.
I think the person who's most at fault here is the hacker. I don't think this is a super unreasonable thing to say. I know people are going to say this is crazy that Dan said this. And again, it comes off as sweeping because of the context he's saying it, because it's in the twilight hours before Destiny's response. Obviously, whoever leaked these to the public are horrible people. All right, they're a horrible person, whoever leaked these images to the public. And these videos, these sex tapes and stuff. But I don't think it's time... You know what? I don't think it's the right time to be doing the blame game. Even if that's the case, even if you can morally justify why the hacker would be worse than Destiny, who's selling out his own friends, it's not the time nor the place to engage with this.
Talking about right now, but
I mean, I think the point to be made though is like the hacker never would have had that in the first place if Destiny hadn't been sending this around, right?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, honestly, Slackdog is correct. Who cares who's most at fault if we don't even know who the hacker is? We have the person who sent this image that the hacker used to post, and then we have this hypothetical hacker person who lives on the Kiwi Farms. I mean, it's not really a tangible person.
Right. Which, to be clear,
Well,
you do seem to believe that to be the case, right?
Yeah, but I can also put it another way, right? So
Yeah, Destiny sent them to
DeOrio?
somebody. This other person. It's like I don't know. Why am I thinking of Family Guy? Well, behind this curtain could be anything, even a car. When he's talking about whether he should take the car or take the thing behind the curtain.
there's
I don't
you
respect
shouldn't have sent
Should you take the obvious party who's obviously guilty, or should we go behind curtain number 2? It could be literally anyone.
that around. I'm not going to defend that. But in the same part,
For all we know, Destiny was the hacker. I personally do not believe that Destiny leaked his own fucking sex tapes on purpose. I think that Destiny can get into some pretty weird shit. He's probably got some pretty weird kinks. I do not think ruining his career and being known as... And to be honest, I don't know if what he did qualifies as revenge porn, but that's how he's going to be known, right? That's how people are going to know him in these spaces, is he's like the revenge pornographer. That's how he's going to be discussed in these social settings now for the future, right? I don't think that he would go and willingly do something like this on purpose, knowing that it's going to get revealed.
like, I don't think 100% of the blame, even though that's bad, it's like, as an example, a shitty example, but let's say that me and you are in a relationship.
It's not the first time he's done this. Well, you're correct that apparently he's been accused of doing this in other times or whatever on the previous video we watched. But it was never a situation where it was like Pixie hadn't done anything to Destiny. One of those is a malicious act or a threat, right? And then one of them is a random leak that contain images of himself, that contain images of other people, private messages with Lauren Southern. We would need a Boblaxian humiliation fetish to warrant the explanation that Destiny published all of this information intentionally. He would have to have published all the stuff with Lauren, all the stuff with Melina, things that could complicate the situation with his ex-wife, who he just got out of a divorce with. There are so many facets to the situation that I could not personally believe that he intentionally orchestrated this leak.
And you've sent me your dick pics, and we've been sending dick pics back and forth. And then your Discord gets hacked and someone leaks it. How much are you at fault there, right?
But the point, you know? but the point is that Destiny also
just compare this with what Ethan Ralph did. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? That's fucking Ethan Ralph. That's a junkyard dog. I can't compare Destiny with Ethan Ralph. They're so widely different figures.
Is the case, sent it to other people outside of the relationship. It's more like if you and I are
like if this was Ethan Ralph, I'd be thinking about it. Maybe he did do that on purpose.
Relationship, and I've seen
you can now, dude. We got the Miami Mauler. The Miami Mauler is in town.
I've seen your cock. And
no one would care if it's Ethan Ralph. Yeah, because Ethan Ralph has done 100 things that Ethan Ralph has done so many bad things that people oftentimes when they're trying to list them forget ones that would be more significant than any other person's controversies. Right? The things that you forget about Ethan Ralph are usually eclipse the worst thing you could say about any one of us.
Send it to Nicholas DeOrio, and Nicholas DeOrio gets hacked, at which point you find out...
What? Whoa!
And I've seen your cock, and I send it to Nicholas DeOrio.
Tom has not sent me Dan's penis. I've never seen Dan's penis in my life.
Oh, Nicholas DeOrio gets hacked, at which point you find out I've been sending pictures of your cock around.
Yeah, exactly. That's not good.
So just to be clear, this is true.
By the way, thank you for the 6,000 people who are watching. I think this is peak. I think we hit the nut. We're at maximum right now. We're at maximum overdrive.
Right.
What's true?
That he leaked her nudes without her consent.
That's what Pixie says on this type of thing. I don't have any inside information onto that front besides what.
You say it was over 6.5. I wasn't really paying attention to the actual numbers tonight because it's just been so fucking crazy.
You haven't talked to Steve about this?
I'll see after.
I mean, I've talked to him briefly about...
Yeah, dude, it's massive. You know what else is massive?
And you know what else is massive?
But now it's I'm a little bit nervous to say too much. Everyone, getting sued, and I certainly don't want to get dragged into all that fucking nonsense or anything along those lines. But I'll say that...
And again, I hate to give President Sunday a W on this one, but it seems like Dan's afraid to talk here. And again, I don't blame him. He's significantly closer to Destiny than any of us are. I mean, Tom literally hung out with the guy Dan is one of his closer friends who has a podcast with him. I get roped in with all these people. I did a stream about January 6th, and then I think I called into 2 things. He gave me perms that I never used, and he reacted to a few of my videos. If this was 2021, you can call me a lot more biased, because I was a huge fan of his content. I was in DGG chat. You could probably look up the logs or whatever, during like the Vosh feuds or whatever, down the end there, that stretch. I think I was watching the rape cage debate live. I was like, Augie, get up. Vosh and Destiny are debating about a rape cage. Get in the VC or whatever. But I mean, it's been years.
Pixie says that...
I mean, literally, I think he did an interview with me for my Hassan video that was never released. The biggest contribution to my channel, I never posted it.
She didn't consent to that, and that's not good if that's the case, right? I think we can both agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, at least based on the DMs, I mean, why would he? I guess my question is based on the messages.
Thing, like,
that
why am I cautious to say anything? Is because
unfortunately, this kind of ices that version of the Hassan video. That version of the Hassan video is never coming out, but this kind of just assumes that it's not ever coming out.
I just don't know what could have been the case. Like, I'm not going to say.
That's fair, and I understand that for sure. I guess for me, the reason why it seems to be the case to me is because in his DMs with her and Kyla's DMs.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm owning you guys. I'm literally owning you. Sorry.
I'm not sweeping for
Peter Griffin's back
Kyla
on
or for
screen.
Destiny. I only sweep for myself. That's it.
That's fair. Just
yeah, you know, when I became a fallen fan of Destiny, I became a rising fan. I became a risen fan of Ethan Klein.
Ignore chat. I don't think you're sleeping. For me, it seems to be the case.
I'm sorry. I don't think this is that bad of a call for Dan, though. I need to see some more shit here before I'm going to really get mad at him.
Because of the direct acknowledgement of wrongdoing, right?
I mean, obviously, I think the people around him should be disavowing this act publicly. But I don't know.
And, like, for example, you know, Erudite saying...
Like, there's no excuse for any of these people to say, like, Destiny distributing the pictures of... Pixie to these people is wrong. That should be the least that these people do in the future, and then you could address it from there. As long as they say stuff like that, then I don't really see a reason to kind of hate on. I don't know.
Oh well, you know.
Erudite's a different story. I don't know about Erudite. Those are some fucking wonky messages from Erudite. But I think at least when we're talking about Dan,
no, Steven needs to understand.
Because there's nothing really compromising to Dan,
and nothing like this will ever happen again. And he feels so sorry for what happened. Like, if there was consent, why would there be acknowledgement of wrongdoing if Pixie had previously consented to the DMs, right? Or to the news being sent around, right? That's kind of my conclusion. And I assume Kyla wouldn't be trying to imply that unless that was the case.
Stardust, I've always maintained that Destiny's gooning was going to fuck him up.
I know this sounds strange. I actually speak with Kyla, like, almost... never at all. Like, it's very rarely. It was for booking stuff, and now we actually have... I'm finding a new person for doing booking, not because of anything, because of this, really why? I genuinely don't know about that situation. I talked to Pixie.
But Nick, is it malicious or retarded? I don't know.
One time, because she wanted legal advice.
Unironically, I hate to say it, but on the malicious or retarded scale, Destiny's probably retarded. I hate to say it, but you can't really make... I don't think you can really make the argument that he was maliciously leaking Pixie's nudes. I would need to see significantly more substantial things to say that he was maliciously leaking Pixie's nudes. But the argument is that that doesn't matter at all. Not to me, it doesn't. It shouldn't really matter to you either. I think what he did on its face value is bad enough.
That was it. One time, okay?
Right.
And at no point of that was I doing anything along the lines of suggesting she didn't do anything or anything else. That's all that I'm really speaking to here on my front. I'm not retarded. I've met you. I'm not going to throw myself under the bus telling someone that they shouldn't do that. Like,
that's fair.
Jesus.
The outcome is the same. It matter. Yeah, all right. So I'm sorry. You're correct. You're using my own argumentation against me. I've used this argument before. It's like when we're talking about when we're talking about the whose allegations were it? Dr. Disrespect, where it's like, well, it doesn't matter if it's a minor, if it's 17 or 13. It's like, well, yeah, kind of does matter. And you're like, well, why? Are you saying that a 17-year-old is good? No, I'm saying that a 12-year-old is bad. So if Dr. Disrespect was bringing up a 9-year-old, I guarantee you'd say something different. So yeah, obviously it does matter if Destiny is knowingly doing this and it's being done maliciously, and it would be significantly worse if that's the case. But when I say it doesn't matter, I mean that, like, I think that it should be damaging to his career regardless. That's a better way to word it.
Fucking Christ.
It's either bad or very... Yeah, we're moving from the scale of bad to very bad.
That would be insane.
There's no like easy off for this one.
Like literally nuts to do. So that was it. She asked for legal advice, and I gave it to her, even though it was probably to the detriment of Steve to a certain extent. The things that I was
I don't know why any of these people are talking to her. Like they're completely fucking the situation publicly.
saying, but
privately, I guess.
I was just that's what I did.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't seen any evidence of you doing anything fucked up, so
You
that.
won't. You won't because it doesn't exist. Mainly because well, yeah. Oh, and I'm trying to think what else might come up with me specifically. Yeah, like I did the thing about Kiwi Farms. I said it was stupid to sue Kiwi Farms.
Which he's probably 100% right about. Suing Kiwi Farms is retarded.
Stand by that. I think that's
good advice.
It's a lose-lose-lose situation across the
Trying to get any information from Null about the owner of the account is retarded. This is good advice.
Yeah, that wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Like the only winner in that situation ever is going to be lawyers and attorneys. So that's why I said that because it's true.
Trying to become Keffels is retarded. Yeah, it's literally retarded.
Yeah, that's it. So
that's how I know there's DGG people in chat, because they said regarded. Welcome, onlookers. I thought you guys were gonna hate me.
I don't want to make this a whole fucking thing or anything else along those lines. I don't know. There's a lot of people in this situation right now that are also like. To
be honest, though, recording with someone and spreading it without their knowledge is more on the malicious side rather than being regarded. So I don't think you can make the argument that he was trying to like harm her in the release of that video. I think that he's a horny idiot and he was just sending fucking things around to try to use that as leverage to get the girl to like do shit with him. So in a way, you could say it's malicious. I think you know what I mean, right? I think you understand what I'm saying. I don't think that the intent was to harm Pixie.
I see Lauren De Laguna made the fundraiser. President Sunday fucking hates Steve. Like, I'm just...
I mean, to be clear, there are a lot of like weird intentions around this, and even beyond that, anybody who's ever associated with Destiny is about to be accused of sweeping, and that's going to happen. But realistically, I think that stuff will die off as the sort of more important factors come into play. Regarding the people who are actually involved, which, as far as I can tell right now, seems to be Destiny, seems to be Kyla, and as far as anybody else that did anything wrong, I maybe I'm misremembering. I can't see anything yet, but yeah, it seems to be pretty fucking bad, dude.
Queeman is watching your coverage now, and I fully expect him to defend Spicy in chat. And I mean, I don't care if that's Queeman's take. That's Queeman's take.
It'd be pretty fucking bad.
It'd be wrong, but if that would be his take.
Apparently, Steven is making a statement in a few hours.
The reality of the situation is I'm happy to cover the fucking story. I wanted to cover it when it was public, but all these fucking retards needed me to be the fucking voice that gets it out there, or whatever, so they went and they got it, no matter, like, by any means necessary. Now, the good criticism that you can make of me is that I should have just never spoken to President Sunday. And yeah, I acknowledge it. I think things went well by total accident. This could have been an absolute fucking detriment to my fucking content creation career. I could have made myself look like a total fucking idiot. In some ways, I did make myself look like an idiot by even engaging with him in any regard at all whatsoever.
What is Bunty King to you?
I fully acknowledge that. I fully understand this was a stupid decision to try to reason with someone like that. I genuinely thought that we could have a good, productive conversation about it. I think I was fucking cool about it, even when he announced, like, hey, by the way, there's an incoming video about you, or whatever. I think all of us, to an extent, wanted this stuff to be public in regards that we wanted to see Destiny take accountability for the stuff that he did do, if he did do it, right? And it appears that he did do it, but I think that the way they treated Pixie is fucking crazy. I think that President Sunday never actually gave a fuck about Pixie at any point of this entire situation. I don't think he gave a fuck about Pixie the entire time. And I think he tried to use it against me that I did care about Pixie, and that I did care about the way that this was being handled. And at the very least, if you want to say, Nick, you don't care about Pixie, you only care about yourself. Well, you know what? That's the right way to handle these situations, is to wait for the victim to speak on it. For whatever reason, that's the right way to do it.
I guess you don't have anything to say about that.
Hey, we hit the goal. Thank you.
I genuinely don't know what the fuck he's going to say. But I assume it'll be like every other statement.
And that's the point. Like, if you don't believe me, whatever. I'm still doing it the right way, so you can suck my dick.
does with vlogs and all sorts of other shit, because that's what Steve does always. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
And listen, if something does happen to her, after these leaks and stuff like that happen, you can quote President Sunday when he says it's his fault.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Awkward.
Because that's his words, not mine. That was what he said to me before he told me that I should go and cover the story, and then told me that I shouldn't cover the story. It doesn't really sound... I don't really know what he wanted me to do, to be honest.
Awkward fucking spot to be put into. But
yeah, for me too. But yes, I understand you as his co-host are in a very awkward position.
What do you think about that as a meme? That's too much to post, right? Publicly.
Do you think Destiny was being genuinely sincere about trying to make things right? It's possible that he was. I don't have anything to say for a matter of fact that that's true. Maybe. But at that point, like, world's smallest violin, my issue is with the fact that he went and he did this to this girl that was supposedly his friend. I honestly kind of was stunned by reading the shit about, like, her dad went to Destiny and said, what a good friend you've been to his daughter. Meanwhile, like, I don't know. It activates my human neurons a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
It seems like Pixie is hurt and wants justice. Yeah, I mean, I got... If you ask certain people, she's just a suicide baiter who wants $1 million. So your mileage will vary. My position is it doesn't matter. If she's a fucking suicide baiter who wants $1 million, or if she's a suicidal girl who's been genuinely wronged, regardless, she's been genuinely fucking wronged.
You want me to click on this?
Yeah, you can click on that. You can play that.
Okay, let me see this.
I need a new dust filter for my Hoover Max Extract Pressure. I'll be
there in the record of what it is. It's fine, but yeah, that's it. I don't know. We'll see what happens today. I will stand by. Look, I think there's not enough negative shit also towards the hack.
Why would you hurt someone who is wrong the most here? Because you're one-track minded. It's kill Destiny by any means necessary, even if that means Mario Yamasakiing the main victim of your story. Oh, God.
Hacker, to be clear, right? So, I don't know. That's it. That's the
she dies. I like how we've already had to experience one Mario Yamasaki, so even my own audience, who doesn't know what I'm talking about, remembers the reference to the previous time that somebody Mario Yamasaki'd somebody on stream.
Bit of sweep that I do. Okay, right there. So,
who's the Mario guy? Just to be clear, it's a UFC referee who let the main champion beat the fuck out of the challenger, like brutally pummel her. She nailed like 3 strikes the whole night. The quote from Mario Yamasaki was, "I gave her a chance to be a warrior," as she was getting brain damage. Like, Joe Rogan was freaking out. That's the reference, right? It was literally Mario, if she dies, Yamasaki. Let me see if I could find this. I think Dana White was like, this guy should never officiate again. Little side tangent. I'm pretty sure he's not allowed to referee anymore or officiate. Dana, oh, this is the one.
Well, Dana, recently we saw Mario Yamasaki's pretty bad stoppage over the weekend between Priscilla Cachoeira
and was it Valentina Shevchenko?
Who was it? Shevchenko,
yeah.
Of course. Yeah, sorry. He said that he was allowing Priscilla to be a warrior. What do you think of
That's a real quote. I let her get the shit beaten out of her because I gave her the opportunity. I gave Pixie the chance to be a warrior.
About that statement?
I think it's disgusting. I think he's disgusting, and I never want to see him reffing ever again.
Dana, what about the fact that people could argue that she could have tapped if the punishment got too much?
She didn't. She didn't tap, and that's the thing. The reality is, when you're a fighter and you're in there, and it's one of the reasons...
She didn't tap. She asked for $1 million, and God damn it, she didn't tap.
That this sport is as big as it is, because most of you guys don't tap. Most of you guys stay in there, and she did fight like a warrior. For that idiot to say that he gave her the opportunity to be a warrior, no, you moron. You're in there to protect her from herself.
Yeah, that's the quote. It's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate you coming on.
Like, if you just to be clear, if you send my dick pics, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If you send my dick pics to anyone, like, everything I'm saying here doesn't matter. Like, just want to, be clear. I'm coming after you if you send my dick pics anywhere.
That's
We got fucking John Wick Dan here. Dan Saltman is coming.
totally
I will find you. I will get you.
fair. That makes sense.
That's not John Wick. That's the other one.
I've only sent
Those
it to
are-
like a few hundred people, so you're good.
No, like you're not even allowed to send it with like your mom, okay? Just because you think your
By the way, I just want to address this. Beckett's getting dragged a lot for the segment that we just did. I don't think that Beckett knew the entire plan, and I think that Beckett did everything he could to notify me of what was going down, and I think he did as much as he could for that. I'm not... Again, I like Beckett. I'm friends with Beckett. I think should probably stop engaging with this President Sunday retard, but like I don't think Beckett is like the worst person on the planet for being involved in this in any capacity with me.
mom's not
Liam Neeson is who I'm talking about.
gonna share, because you know what, your mom's gonna share it with your dad, and then
My
your
mom
dad's
needs to
gonna share it
know
with your
who
uncle.
I'm. My mom needs to know who I'm with, and if he's well endowed.
Thought on the leaker and if they catch them. Well, if you ask me personally, I think it's a high likelihood that it's the actual person. I mean, it should be pretty easy for the person to show login receipts, but again, it's being litigated, so potentially those login receipts from different locations might be like currently in an active court proceeding. So who knows? We don't know if it's the person. It could be the original person. But I mean, I'd be shocked if the quote unquote leaker is ever really brought to justice in any capacity.
Doubt or not, especially in the Jewish respect.
Okay.
Because I heard you're not cut, which seems kind of antithetical.
IP does not hold up in court. Well, I mean, yeah.
First off, that is absolutely untrue. I have my dick is cut so far back, it's like it's nothing but head.
Okay, all right, dude.
Okay.
I don't need to know about your dick, but thank you so much for your contribution, Dan. Woo, Dan. So yeah, I published 2 statements on the drama and stuff like that. I would like to just read them now, just so we get them on record. These were posted because I didn't want to miss these talking points. So my initial statement this morning that I posted on Min, I've seen a few people. No, this is actually the second one. Where's the original one? My next stream I'll open with the Destiny allegations now that they're public. Obviously, I'm not stoked that I was recorded without my consent, but the glass half full perspective is now this stuff is all out there in the public arena, which I stand by. I just want to be clear that any strong position I took in the call is not something that I'd probably say on stream. That's precisely why why I haven't and why this call was recorded without my knowledge. I got access to one single screenshot a few days after New Year's, which is not the typical evidence I would deem actionable. There has since been significantly more revealed, and we'll go through that on stream next week. I'm not going to go out of my way to force a reveal of somebody else's story without their consent and participation. Half of this is self-preservation, the other half is basic morality. I fundamentally believe my job as a YouTuber is to read the Google document and give my thoughts, not write it. Certainly not when I'm getting information from a source who has a source who has a source. I don't like the way that I was portrayed in that video. I don't think he took me out of context. I don't think he's done anything super malicious to paint me as, well, at the time, to paint me as like a fucking, even though like now he's literally going back on all that stuff and saying that I am like a huge piece of shit on Discord, which is funny. But like, my issue is the way that it's portrayed as if I'm like a willing participant to this recorded phone call, that like I knew this was being recorded, this is my take, I'm coming out and giving you the inside scoop or whatever, because now everything I say in that call is going to be treated like it's my public stance on any of this drama. And as you probably realize, I learned a lot about this stuff tonight while I was on stream. So obviously, these are not my fucking on-stream like informed opinions on anything, but they'll be treated like that. And that's what happens when you go around and you say shit like that. That's like, this is a phone call that I knowingly engaged in this interview with President Sunday, and that's the way that people are going to view it. So yeah, that's my issue with that. And ultimately, there needs to be some repercussion for recording me in a private phone call. I'm sorry, there just has to be. I can't let people just do that. So there has to be some repercussion. So if you're going to omit a bunch of shit about how you were going to Mario Yamasaki, Pixie, and how you've completely 180'd your position from 4 days ago because you've decided she's a suicide baiter, I'm absolutely going to share that information. It's not any more sensitive than the 30 minutes of audio you leaked from me. I have the complete right to reveal that information, and I gave you the same ample warning that you gave me. So go fuck yourself. So you weren't a part of his video initially? No, Internet Anarchist. I was recorded without my knowledge, and then it was released when I was given a 12-hour head start to say, hey, by the way, Nick, we're moving forward with or without your permission. I literally got debate raped. So yeah, I mean, like, I think that should be clearly fucking stated that I recorded Nick without his consent in the video. It should be clearly stated that this stuff was a private conversation that was made public. It shouldn't be Nick has repented his sins and come to tell daddy whatever the fuck his life story. It came off that you were working with him. Yeah, I absolutely wasn't. And that's why I needed to clarify this publicly. And then when I wrote this, God fucking damn it, somebody goes, dude, you need to phrase this better. I read this and had a flashbang reaction when you said, obviously I'm not stoked it was recorded without my consent. Then several people started thinking that I was the dick. Which, thanks, assholes. You guys are fucking assholes. Yeah, well, if you're like, wait, did Nick just concede to being the dick from the fucking leaks? Which is great. So that's fun. And then I posted a second take on this later, and this was more for the people who, the crackpots who were fucking making ridiculous arguments about me. I've seen a few people say they're making good points by saying Nick has recorded people, so he can't be mad, ignoring the fact that I was recorded just to provide credibility for Sunday's video. I don't mean to sound like a fucking egomaniac. I literally can't understand why he wouldn't go public with this until he's recorded me, if it has anything other than my fucking seal of approval being placed on the video. I have fucking credibility. He needed credibility, so he threw me in his fucking video and acted like we were fucking working together on the project, and that is disgusting, and I'm gonna call that out every single time. But again, I don't want to sound like a fucking egomaniac. It's clearly what happened. I didn't actually do anything wrong. It was literally just using my name. So yeah, if you want to talk about Mama Max, if you want to talk about John Swan, yeah, I absolutely leaked those people's calls, but those guys did something wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. My position was the correct one. Your position was the if she dies, she dies stance. I am objectively the only person who even gives a slight fuck about this entire situation who's reporting on this story. Second to maybe Beckett, but he hasn't even demonstrated that that's the case. So I don't even know if I want to give him the charitability about it. Even if I'm the biggest scumbag on the planet with the least fucking moral stances on every other drama, I'm the only one who even slightly took this one seriously.
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio.
And did you think, President Sunday, that releasing this video from your channel was going to be the big fucking, oh, we're finally going to take down Destiny. It's only my 400th video on him. Surely this is, dude, honestly, I would expect nothing less from like Mr. Girl. Mr. Girl is going to publish another 17-page article and get surprised when nobody reads it. You guys are forever locked in a retard war. Maybe you should give it to somebody else who could actually, oh wait, you were trying to pawn it off on me. Suck my dick, dude. This is retaliation for not taking the fucking topic off your hands. And I'm never going to do that, so. Yeah. Everyone's swinging right now? Yeah. It's just great, dude. Unfortunately, exposing John Swan's unhinged lies and Mama Max's fraudulent pedophile hunts does not excuse me from being annoyed that I was used as a vessel to provide credibility and clout to an allegation that the victim was not comfortable releasing. In the end, it is what it is. Pixie is now public. The audience is now aware. This gets to be litigated in the public forum, and Destiny is responding. The things I said in the call weren't manipulatively cut, and Sunday didn't smear me, but if he did, I would have just dropped the full call because my issue was never with the fact that it was being recorded. So yeah. I recorded the call too. I have no problem with the fact that it was recorded. I have a problem with that it was released in the manner that it was, with the context that was provided. Do VODs get uploaded everywhere? Yes, this VOD will be up in about... I'll try to get this VOD out tomorrow, but realistically, you're probably going to see it on Wednesday. Tomorrow's probably Jar. This will get cut into two sections, the Destiny section and the Sunday section, and probably prioritizing the Destiny section, because it is the part that's not interpersonal drama, and it's the part that matters more. So yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else? I'm just glad I'm not seeing Bo Black's cock on my timeline. I intend to go live tonight waiting for Destiny's response. Destiny's friend Dan. Loner box signal boosting Pixie's post. Alright, I'm going to read through a few Reddit things, and I'm probably done. I don't see a reason to watch Beckett's video. I feel like my coverage of it basically fills in all the blanks now that we've read everything. Unless, is there anything in Beckett's video that is super important to go back and look at? Because we can get some on the, like, in the moment responses here. Stardust, he's leaked private combos with a couple friends of mine. I've learned quickly not to get in a private chat with him ever. Yeah, everyone kind of told me I was retarded to do it. It worked out, but I don't know, dude. It turns out if you just walk around and you just Don't act like a total scumbag. People have a very hard time.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
Smearing you
really
publicly.
like you.
I do think, though, if I said anything, like he was looking for me to say something horrible so he could put it in his video. And I guarantee that there was initially some draft of the script where it was me, Tom, and Willie's fault. Let's see. So this is the Pixie releases a statement. Good looks. I really hope his ex-wife Melina does the same. She's also visible in those revenge porn leaks and confirmed on a stream it was non-consensual. Predicting him moving to Israel in the near future. Jesus Christ. Guys, it's a ceasefire. We can stop now. What an insane morning. I hope she does what's best for her and is on a safer place right now. Destiny's already sweeping. What is this? Imgur. I guess this is a removed post. Yeah, I mean, they remove everything involving this. They have a mod post stickied now. This is the third time Steven has done this. I'm glad someone's doing something about it. Well, Destiny can go fuck himself. So this was the initial r/YouTube drama takes on it. Nothing super crazy here. This is the Dan thread. Stephen Epstein and Dan Maxwell. Kyla Weinstein. Epstein. Jesus Christ, dude. The Destiny Orbiters or Arabara. You know what's funny? I never give Aiden his props, and I'm never going to, but some other random person who wasn't him, I assure you, tweeted out saying, are people going to leak their friends' nudes in solidarity with Destiny this time? Do you guys remember the time where Destiny's cock got leaked the first time, and his own fans went and released their penises in solidarity? Well, now they have to leak their best friend, they have to leak their friends' nudes. Yeah, that's super cool. That's great. Dicks out for Destiny, yeah. No, but now it's other people's dicks out for Destiny, clearly. No, that is something that happened. Didn't Destiny get Mizkif canceled over exactly what Dan is saying he talked about Pixie with? Oh my god, dude. Well, I guess covering up sexual assault is worse, but like that's... Ooh. Ooh. Dan Saltman told her to keep quiet about it or spread. I mean, I hate to say this, but if your position is that you don't want it to leak and you're constantly telling people that you don't want this to be public, people are going to tell you to stop fucking talking about it. I mean, if you're going into fucking spicy chat to go tell people you're fucking suicidal, dude, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, the correct advice is to shut the fuck up. If you're not going to publish a statement and you want it to be as anonymous as possible, that is the correct advice. He didn't try to cancel Ms. Train, did? I don't remember that. Maybe I'm wrong. I rescind it for now, but I'm pretty sure he was pretty involved in that situation. I think I was on vacation at the time. Just to be clear, the best answer is I knew all about this, but I'm still cool with Destiny. Jesus. So this is a thread. DeOrio comes out saying he was recorded without his consent, which is objectively true. Recorded without my consent. That's actually really scummy. I didn't understand what the point of it was either. It's not an important part of the video. I took it to mean that the reason why he did it is to establish credibility, because I was in the video. I took it to mean that Nick was actively collaborating in it and didn't get much else out of the part. Again, this is 55 upvotes. I thought that Nick collaborated with the creation of the video. That is something that clearly needs to be fucking mentioned if you're going to record me without my consent and post it publicly. Was it supposed to make him look bad? I feel like it must have been, because otherwise, why wouldn't he just ask permission? Either way, it didn't work. He came across like he pretty much had a fair view and a reason to be hesitant. Awesome, thanks. Again, these people hate me here. They're pretty objective. The point was to show an example of why streamers who knew this was happening were reluctant to touch the situation. But then why not ask him? It's such a weird way to do it. Just like Nick was afraid if he came out, a victim might deny his story. Sunday may be afraid if he comes out. The streamers, well, Sunday should be afraid, clearly. He probably should have asked, but sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Well, I mean, I didn't ask for fucking forgiveness tonight. I went on offense. Right on the money, DeOrio even said at one point, I don't want to be the vessel for these accusations or something like that. And if DeOrio came out and directly accused Destiny and no one came to back him, I guarantee that this sub and Destiny's would crucify him, not to mention the hit to his reputation and credibility. I think most people would have posted the Tim Pool smiling, heartwarming, saying the worst people you know are fighting in the sub, since the sub really hates Destiny and his audience. The guy in the pic is Tim Pool? I don't think it's Tim Pool. President Sunday was definitely recording knowing whatever Nick would say would be good for him. It's either someone willing to criticize Destiny or someone pussyfooting around it. Both of them would have worked for his sake. Like I put it in the original post, Destiny has called this guy a pedophile, doxed him, lied about him being abusive to his partner. Again, all those things are fucking terrible, and I feel bad for President Sunday in that regard. I don't feel bad for how I've been treated in this situation, but he clearly has an axe to grind. Yeah, whatever. I don't even necessarily think his video is that bad. I don't know why he had to lie and make it seem like I was a fucking... I mean, the video is coming out regardless of what I said, so I don't know why you couldn't just say that I recorded Nick's call without his consent. in it. It's 100% not Tim Pool. I don't think it was intended to make him look bad, because at least it doesn't seem to make him look bad. It's still scummy even if they're in one-party consent states. I feel like every time Sunday makes these videos, he's 100% right, but risks fumbling it by going way too far with shady methods in at least one area, and usually when it's not even necessary. I'm sure Nick would have been willing to agree to record the call and or make a statement. Yeah, I probably would have made some statement. I just wouldn't have talked about, like, I probably wouldn't have given him everything he wanted, so maybe that's why he had to do it. I don't know. But again, some statement. The guy's telling me that, like, she's suicidal, and that, and I came away from the conversation thinking, like, it can't come out. And that we were kind of in agreement on that. So I don't... I mean, yeah, kind of... I feel justifiably... He was recorded without consent, that sucks, but Nick has recorded other people without their consent at least 3 times that I can name off the top of my head. Twice to John Swan and once to Mama Max. There are probably other examples of Nick doing it. It's like, but yeah, but all those people did something wrong. I was literally picked for clout, which sounds fucking cringe, but it's true. It's I guess when you're dealing with people as small as President Sunday. Nick DeOrio actually is valuable. That's nuts. Context. Nick DeOrio is an absolute moron. Downvoting that one. Sick. What do we got? Was this a video people said was Nick? No! 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 Is this why Chud took a vacation? Yeah, no, Chud didn't take a vacation. They sent him to Belize, okay? Chud was sent to Belize. That's where he went. He was sent to Belize. Oh, this post is locked. This post has been deleted. It wasn't deleted when I saved it. Fuck. It's all up to Lonerbox. Don't expect too much from the statement, given the ongoing suit. This is the initial responses to the fact that Destiny was even going to talk at all. I've never seen someone's dick get them in as much trouble. Him and Clinton. Thanks for letting me know there's a civil suit. Juicy. When your political streamer also lives the life of a 19-year-old NBA prospect. The last liberal has fallen. Very disappointed. DGGL. Yeah, I'm out. This is very bad. Not going to sugarcoat it. Destiny needs to take some SRIs. Wait, I'm sorry. What is that? What I just clicked into it. Destiny needs to take some SSRIs or something. Bro is way too old and horny for this shit. This is probably the comment of the night. Is it too late for Biden to pardon? Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Loner and Tom made the correct decision to step away. I'm pretty confident this is why Loner said he's taking a step away, even if he said it was for this reason. Just noticed that both Redacted and Redacted had their messages in DGG chat at 11:30. Had their last messages at 11:30. Yeah, this probably explains Lonerbox's comments the other day. Probably why Tom stepped away too. DeOrio confirmed it in the leak call. That's why Tom stepped away. Tom himself said it was part of the reason. Yeah. If the allegations are true and described, our boy fucked up so hard and needs to take his lumps. That's all there is. No clue what's going on, but Hassan is going to dance on his grave. I'll also be making a statement soon. What is this about? Oh, what the hell? Why did he do that? Where will all the liberals go now, boys? If it's true, he absolutely deserved what's coming. The lawsuit, the burnt bridges, all of his opponents doing victory laps and farming on their expenses. This is career-ruining levels of horny, and it needs professional help. This should have been a massive wake-up call. Again, like, at the very least, Destiny should go to some fucking sex rehab facility. I don't think it makes it better, but it would show, like, he's actually... I don't know, dude. I think that he should take some time off in a sex rehab facility. Do you think that's absurd? That's a fucking... Of course... Oh, he needs help. He needs drug rehab? Maybe. I don't know. He needs some kind of rehab. Pretty fucked up. Civil suit W. Rip all our enemies won. Good night, guys. GG. So yeah, that's that. Pixie has issued a statement on the Destiny allegations. Shit, man. I think that we're done. I think that we've covered it all. Are you guys satisfied? Is there anything else I need to pull up? I bet if he goes sober, the gooning stops. Maybe. Maybe the Adderall makes him goon. The SSRI comment isn't a terrible idea. No one's gonna no one goons sober. True. Fuck me, dude. What's YouTube drama talking about right now? By the way, that was posted by Plop MC. That guy fucking hates me. Meowba is back. Great. Destiny drama mega thread. President Sunday is having a full-blown mental breakdown, leaking the call between himself and Nicholas DeOrio, and spamming ChudLogic's Discord server. I'll try to update it in the comments section. Pure background noise, actual news, another Destiny victim? What? Who the fuck is President Sunday? Who the fuck is President Sunday? This week's Glup Shitto. Notorious Destiny A-logger. Who cares? I'm more worried about the sex pest stuff than unhinged weirdos. God, this dude's simping for Sunday. Maybe physically cringe. Where is the another Destiny victim?
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is
oh,
Bunty
it's
King?
Cherry.
Nicholas DeOrio.
Today I was made aware of an intimate audio recording taken of me without my consent that was shared without my consent. I'm upset right now, and I'm going to give myself a time to process. All right, guys, you want to see the big reveal? Which account have I muted on Twitter right now? Which one of my friends are going to be really upset by this reveal? Hold on. It's Cherry. Oh, no, it's not that Cherry. Stop saying who is Cherry. It's not that Cherry. It's the Cherry you thought it was the first time. Now I have Chud Logic's audience here. All right, who do I have muted? It's Cherry. Who's Cherry? It's the one I got muted. This is serious. The person who received the recording from Destiny was not aware that I did not consent to the recording. They recognized me by my voice and messaged me today out of concern. I don't feel comfortable sharing more right now. I think she wrote the same thing under the other post. Is that true? I don't want to like put this person on blast, but I think I read this already. I'm really sorry. That's awful. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Maybe I'm going crazy right now? Holy shit, you tweet too much. Knowing him, he's frantically writing a manifesto right now. Pathetic. 8 hours ago. How many hours it has been since this dropped? Maybe I'm schizo. This is a really risky thing to just scroll someone's entire account. The real Inauguration Day event. Oh, here. Wait, let me just click this and scroll. Maybe we'll get lucky. Or maybe we'll get banned. One or the other. I'm really sorry, Pixie. That's what I was reading. I don't know why. This just clicked in the back of my mind. I don't even know who this person is. It wasn't the same one, though. They were at the top. We will talk about your... they were both at the top, yeah. It was just... I just remembered that. I don't know why. Alright, we could probably kill this tweet now, because we are wrapping up here. So this is the new drama, then a big thing. So is this the new drama? Yeah, this is all new drama. This is all the fucking deep, dirty details of why it's actually significant. If you scroll the Destiny drama, there's a good chance the leaked pictures will be... Yeah, it was actually a really stupid idea on my part. Is the audio leak real? I don't know. Cherry is saying so, but ultimately I can't vet that. I literally just learned about it for the first time. Don't do that on Boblax's page. Yeah, it's a big one. Pirate software or jar? Well, I have a fucking happy victory for you. The jar video's probably coming out tomorrow, so it's already been recorded. It's coming. Well, not video, but like the stream segment's already coming out.